success also has its own language, right? I always joke with people. I say, people talk about America, okay, fantastic. Those of us that also understand the British system. So I grew up under the British system before coming to America. The British system is very much class driven. So everybody understands protocol. So the British system is very protocol oriented. Is that there's class, there's this, there's that, how to do like it's quite like dignitary, all of this thing. What America masks for people, okay, is that as long as you are in the entry level of success in America, the version of America you'll be exposed to, you will think all of America is that way. Once you start going higher, okay, if you're in the corporate world, you start going to vice president, CEO level, board level. If you're in the government, you start going to government quarters. That's when you understand that America has diplomatic, like every leadership function, the higher you go, the rules of engagement changes completely. How you communicate, how you engage, how you speak, how you write, the decorum, the expectation is so intense. It's not the language of social media, right? When I want to engage an ambassador, listen, the letterhead, the language, because that communication will be filed in the government document, because it's not about that individual, it's about his office. So you are writing to an office. And sometimes when you email, they'll tell you, listen, this email is not clear enough, because we have to put a team together to help you. So you have to be specific what you are asking this office to do for you, what you are bringing to the table. Like, you literally have to dot your I's and cross your T's, and you will document it, you will sign it, you will put it on letterhead, because the person that will receive that letter will date stamp it, file it into the government documents, whatever repository, and then they will start passing it from table to table. Right? So when the ambassador approves it, there is now another official document that then assigns it. This is the liaison officer to help you fulfill this thing. The language is different. The way you talk is different. The way you write is different. Dear sir, these, which most people in America are not exposed to, because they are exposed to, right, regular language, what you see on the movies. Hi, hello, this. So you enter a room where there are dignitaries and you're telling them hi. You're not saying His Excellency. You're not giving them the accolade. You're not giving them the accolade, something they've earned. They are appointed. I'm appointed, so I understand this thing. But many people will say, I'm in America. Listen, there's some places that accepts bad behavior, no decorum, you can talk anyhow. That's okay. But the day you want to build wealth, those things, and they close the door to people who haven't, like in Bible, you talk about Esther. When you are not close to the king, do anything on the streets. You see, just be you, be free, type anything, talk anyhow. The day you want to enter before you can see the king, the king wants you to smell it. When I'm teaching people emotions and feelings, the king, listen, in the Old Testament, you remember, if you approach the king with a bad news, you spoil the day of the king. Some people die, cup bearer, they go to jail for it. I'm just trying to expose people. Don't judge or assess the world based on the things you've only been exposed to. There are many, many layers of success, and the higher you want to go, you have to change, because they don't change for you. They don't change. They close the door. If you want to come up, you will change. You will learn the expectations of the rooms you want to enter. When you don't learn, you close the door on yourself. So I know I just said a whole lot there, but I hope it helps somebody. Make sense?
Yeah. The dynamic and all that. I get you. I'll work on that.
Yeah, it's all training. The training
Mm.
you give yourself. And for me, like I grew up in the corridors of power, so you can say it's natural. You know. However, I can see today that people just they think they can just throw like say, hi, hi. I'm like, listen, the guy will just look at you and say, hi too, and then walk away because you didn't present yourself in a way to command respect. Anyway,
Gotcha. Thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate. Let me leave the space for another person.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, this is exactly what this there are times I might be the guest and all that, but again, this is more interactive live trade with Africa. Miss Chisholm, it's like our quantum leap people are coming.
Rachel, good morning, Coach
Good
Joy.
morning.
Good morning, everyone. So I just wanted to piggyback on something you mentioned earlier, as far as going from theory to practical, the steps. And you mentioned if you have an idea, you were drawing that idea out. Now, to get that idea from the mind and putting it into reality, you would need to actually do the work. Oftentimes, you might not be the best person to do the work. So my question now came in as in how do you go about finding a team, building out a team, knowing fully well that if it's a startup, your resources might be limited. So how do you go about putting that together? Because oftentimes that's the key to success, having a core, your team
Yeah,
players around you.
I say you may not need to be the one to do the work, but at a minimum, you need to know what work needs to be done. You see my point? Like the architect will know we need 4 windows, 2-story building, right? This is what I'm trying to build. You need to at least have a picture of what it is you're trying to do, what it is you want to achieve, what it looks like, and what is required to make it manifest. At a minimum, every entrepreneur needs that, a vision for what it is they're creating. Okay.
Follow-up
Now,
question to that.
okay, go on.
You have a vision, it's clear, and you're speaking to people. So that's the pitch when you like try to speak to people, but you have
Before
to
you
have
speak to
something
people,
on ground.
okay, finish your thoughts and then I'll connect the
Yeah.
dots.
So in my head, it's one thing that you're looking for people to invest in you, but at the same time, anyone who is investing in you wants to see what have you done. And if
Okay,
it's
so
something new that you've not done before, how do we go about that?
have you done some form of stakeholder assessment? Because the general concept of people is that there are different types of people that can help you in different types of ways. And your relationship with those different types of people will be different because what you're asking for from them or what type of support you need from them is going to be different. A staff that will help you do certain things is different from an investor. And what each of those people are looking for, a staff is looking for you to give them salary. An investor is looking for you to give them return on their investment. Okay, so encouraging you to not just group everybody as people, right? Not just say people, because it's a big bucket. For you to say, you can use a spreadsheet. What types? Okay, first of all, what skills do you need? What skills do you need? What resources do you need to build that house? You know, this is where you count the cost. You want to build a 2-story building. What is going to cost you? The skill that you require for 2-story building is not the same when you're building a skyscraper. The energy to consume, the skills required to build a 2-story building versus a skyscraper, they are not equal. So when you cast a vision for your business, okay, I always try to say unlock desire. Many people cut their desire small, so they build small businesses. This is when you want to expand. You have to have a sense of incredible possibility because the size of your dreams, the size of what you think is possible for you will determine how successful or big your business will be. That's why I said it's manifestation. Every business is a vision of the person's belief in themselves. Elon Musk believes he can go to the moon, and he's going to the moon. And he's raising people to help him. When he said, I want Twitter, he got 42 or more $billion. Because people who cast a strong vision will attract the resources and the types of people who want to be part of that vision. If you cast a big vision, big people will show up. You cast small vision, small people will come and help you to do your small things. You want a small one bedroom house? Oh, people who can shovel their way will shovel it. But when you start needing bulldozer, yeah, you need somebody who can operate a bulldozer. There are times you just need somebody who can do shovel for you. There are times when it's like, this thing is big, it's massive. So you need big, highly skilled people, more resources, because what it is you're trying to manifest and bet in the world requires, money, people, talent, skills. And so you have to gather those people around. So when you think about the landscape we've created, because of what we're trying to do, listen, government, we're pulling government everywhere. Right? US government, right? We're pulling government because what it is we're doing here is something that requires the power, right, of diplomacy, government, all of those things. So, and so CEOs, and right, we do a whole lot of the top leaders in the world, having conversations with them, because the impact we are having requires that level of resource support. Right? When I host my events and you say, oh, presidential advisors on my show, is because, listen, when we are telling people trade with Africa, US government, this, we are showing like, listen, this stuff is real stuff. This is the government bank that will finance you because you need this type of resource to engage. Otherwise, everything is theory. Right? Remember, in the beginning, I talked about how do you convert opportunities into transactions? Everybody says opportunity, opportunity. That's theory. To get a transaction going, a container going, do you know how many hands it will touch? Do you know how many skills required? Do you know all the things you have to line up for that supply chain? That's where the people, talent, resources lies in. Many people just stay at the beginning. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Theory. I'm saying, listen, getting in the game requires resources, manpower, people, right strategy, and pushing this thing forward. Make sense? So don't just say people. Break it down based on what it is you're trying to do. People with what skills? People with what resources? People with what other network they can, right? What type of people? Because not all people are equal. I always say, like, what's happened is you can find people everywhere in the world, but certain types of people are concentrated, okay, in certain regions. That's why wealth is not evenly distributed in the world. Because to build wealth, you need the right talent, the right people on the same page, in the same room. And so when those people come together, they build wealth together. The reason certain places cannot build wealth is that the right people with the right talent, with the right skills, with the right resources are not located there. That's why I always tell people, you may need, in fact, there's a high chance you need to live where you are to go and network your way into the places where the right people are, the right resources are gathering. And oftentimes that's the power of networking and events. Is that if you don't live in DC, you don't live in Silicon Valley, you don't live in the headquarters of where you are literally rubbing shoulders with people who are moving billions of dollars. The cheapest thing you can ever do is to buy a ticket to an event where those people are gathering and speaking. That's the cheapest thing you can do. And most people still say, oh, I don't want to spend money. Okay, stay in your house and access all you can access in your house. So that's the part. That's why events is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because people gather around things they're trying to achieve. The people they will not cross paths with naturally. You can buy a ticket. You can pay to be in the same room with people that will change your life. But most people don't understand this principle. Right? Many people don't know on this platform. There are government resources. There are all kinds of people on this platform because over years we've been bringing them together. People you can, even if you travel to their office, they're not going to open their door. You can't access them. They don't respond to anything. But we bring them together to say, hey, this is your opportunity. Pay your ticket, show up. These are people that one phone call, they change your life. Right? I continue to do what I can do, but people who don't show up, they're not participating in any of these things. Make sense?
Yeah, that was good. Thank you. But you cleared up a few things, so I have to now go back and reassess. When I say people, it's identify the stakeholders that I really want and what I'm trying to birth, and being clear on that.
Yes, and approach it with such clarity, determination. Where this is where my coaching comes in, the manifestation coaching. Because many people can still approach those people with doubt, self-doubt. It doesn't unlock. So it's not just even information. Your energy, your beliefs in yourself is what draws out. Many people say money is energy. Money is energy is because, people spend money in places and people where they see high value. So you have to be high value. And for you to be high value, you have to know your own value.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine people who do negative self-talk. I can't do this. I can't do that. And then you want other people. Listen, people see you the way you see yourself. People believe what you believe about yourself. You are the one telling people who you are. And so when people don't do that in our work, they miss out. So it's not just when you now start time to network and connect with people, you have to show up into those rooms with your own value, because valuable people are looking for other valuable people. They're not looking for charity. They're not trying. If it is like I always try to make this thing clear. Oh, help me. No, investors are not looking to help. They are looking to multiply their money. Are you a value generator? If they put their money in your business, will they make it back? The conversation is different. In fact, when you say help me, they will run away from you. Or they might just send you to foundation, people who do charity, who give money and don't think of return on investment, because that's not investment, that's donation.
I have a quick question.